So, what does it really take to transform your life? Today, we're going to break down the powerful promises and the specific methods of one Bay Area hypnotherapy practice to see exactly what kind of journey they're offering. And this is the very first thing you see, their headline promise: love your life again. That's not a small tweak they're offering. It's a huge, bold claim aimed right at anyone who feels stuck. It's designed to be a really powerful emotional hook right from the get go. Okay, so how do they actually do it? How do they deliver on a promise that big? Well, their entire method is built on one single core idea. Their whole answer revolves around this concept of what they call your internal world. The foundational belief here is that you can actively control your own mind, and we're talking way beyond just simple positive thinking. And what's really fascinating is how they define this. They actually use a client's own words to explain the core concept. The whole idea is kind of simple, but also really profound. Your internal world of thoughts and feelings doesn't just stay inside you. It actively goes out and shapes your external reality. So, before they even get into the benefits, they want to build some trust, right? They hit you with the social proof. They're talking about being #1 on Yelp, having over 65-star reviews, and winning local awards. This is all classic stuff, designed to make you feel like, okay, these guys are legit. All right, so they've built up that credibility. Now, what do they actually promise you'll get out of it? They break it all down into 5 key benefits. And you can see these benefits cover a whole range of things. Everything from your internal feelings, like building confidence and healing from trauma, all the way to really concrete, external results, like doing better at your job. See how they're connecting those two things, personal well-being and professional success? They're saying one leads directly to the other. But, claims are one thing. Proof is another. And the way they provide that proof isn't through charts and data. It's all about powerful, personal stories. So let's see what their clients are actually saying in their own words. So check out this first one. It's all about the practitioner's skill. When someone says her words flow like water, that's not just a nice compliment, right? It's meant to make you feel a deep sense of trust, like you're in the hands of someone who does this effortlessly, totally naturally. Okay, now let's dig into this story from Jenna because it ties right back to that core idea we talked about. She mentions breaking old patterns and, here's the key phrase, reinventing her inner self-talk. So that's the internal work. But the big question is, what happened on the outside? And get this, here's the result they really want you to see. According to her testimonial, after starting this internal work, she doubled her income. A 2x increase. They're framing this as the direct, measurable outcome of just changing her inner dialogue. And this just perfectly sums up their whole argument. Jenna herself says it. She calls her financial success tangible evidence that this stuff works. So the connection they're drawing couldn't be clearer. Change your self-talk, change your salary. That's the core pitch. But what's really interesting is that the journey they offer doesn't stop there. It's not just about you getting help. For people who really buy into this transformation, they offer a way to become a provider yourself. And they call this the path to mastery. The idea is that once you've been transformed as a client, you're invited to take the next step and get certified to do this for others. And of course, the course itself is marketed as being super comprehensive and legit. They highlight that it's certified by the National Guild of Hypnosis, that it's packed with videos and resources, and they even list the next class date, which is pretty far out, suggesting this is a regular, established program. And just like they did with the therapy itself, they use a testimonial to sell the training. Here's a recent grad talking about how the value was way more than the cost and praising the teaching style for making the learning deeper. It's the same pattern, right? Using personal stories to build trust. So when you look at the whole picture, the promises, the stories, the training course, it all really boils down to one single powerful idea. And this is really the main takeaway from all of this. Their entire philosophy, everything they do, hangs on this one statement. The reality you see on the outside is just a direct reflection of the world you're building on the inside. And that brings us to the final, really provocative question that this whole approach leaves you with. I mean, if you buy into the idea that your internal world is something you can actually control, well, the next logical question is, what kind of reality could you create for yourself?